Hello, everyone. Good day, all. This is Charles with the Exodus Logistics Learning Center, uh, which features America's #1 dispatcher and freight broker training. We also have live weekend in-person trainings, Saturdays and Sundays from 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the dispatcher side, and 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the weekends for the freight broker side. Today, I want to speak to a portion of the society that sometimes have been forgotten, and that is our brothers and sisters who are incarcerated. If you're going to be listening on this dispatcher YouTube channel, as well as the freight broker YouTube channel, which I'm going to post on ours, we have a dispatcher 101 YouTube channel and a freight broker 101 YouTube channel. I want to reach out to you guys because I get a lot of letters. I have 3 in front of me right now. One from a gentleman in Alabama, one from a gentleman in California, and another one from a gentleman in Florida. And I correspond. There will be an influx because I'm considering having a kind of a prison correspondence course, if you will, free knowledge to the individuals. I don't even want to call you inmates because you are human beings as well. So the men and women who are incarcerated, who have an interest in wanting to know some materials about the transportation industry from a dispatcher's perspective, as well as a freight broker's perspective, and other perspectives as well. We dabble a little bit in intermodal, which is the ports. We dabble a little bit in government contracts. We dabble a little bit in trucking. And we dabble a little bit in warehouse and distribution. And we have connections with individuals who are doing that on a multi-million-dollar level. So, but my primary function as an instructor at the Exodus Logistics Learning Center is to give you the base level overview and understanding of what it is to be an independent freight dispatcher as well as a freight broker. Now, I understand that you guys are, and girls, are limited to your resources, right? You can receive materials in, but I'm not sure if you can access the internet. Well, I guess you can if you're watching the podcasts and the YouTube channels and things of that nature. But you can write back and forth. We can correspond. And I'm thinking about setting up a corporate, I think it's a JPay, they call it these days, a JPay account where you can communicate over email and maybe perhaps video all over the country to different institutions that participate in the JPay process. But I wanted to talk to you guys, let you know that we out here have not, at least at us, I can only speak for us, at the Exodus Logistics Learning Center, have not forgotten about you. So if you want to write to us, which I have get correspondence all the time, write to me, title it Exodus Logistics Learning Center, 3101, that's 3101, American Legion Road, Suite 21A. American, AMERICAN, American Legion, LEGION, Road, ROAD, Suite 21A, Suite SUITE, the number 21 and the letter A. Okay, that's the address. The city, Chesapeake, Virginia, 23321. The city is Chesapeake, CHESAP as in Paul, EAKE, Chesapeake, Virginia, 23321. So write us there, the Exodus Logistics Learning Center, 3101 American Legion Road, Suite 21A, Chesapeake, Virginia, 23321. And we will correspond with you. I have some correspondence to do now. We will send you some materials to get you started with. Probably be some ebooks just to get you acclimated to the basics of dispatching and or freight brokering, depending on what you ask for. Our ebooks. We have 3 ebooks on the dispatcher side, and we have a glossary on the dispatcher side. And then we have 1 ebook on the freight broker side and the same glossary on the freight broker side. So depending on what you ask for. And I realize too, with the different departments of corrections in the different states, they monitor what materials come in, but I'm sure they shouldn't have a problem with basic materials coming in, dealing with the understanding and the overall concepts of beginner level transportation as it relates to dispatching and or freight brokering. So if that's going to be an issue with the Department of Corrections, we will just make sure that we follow their policies and procedures and their rules to make sure that you get your materials as you should, right? So we want to make sure that we're in compliance, that we don't see anything that's could be construed or interpreted as contraband. Okay, so we want to make sure that's good as well. But we want you to get acclimated to transportation from a dispatcher and or freight broker perspective, and all the other perspectives that I just mentioned, intermodal, trucking, government contracts, warehouse, and distribution. So once again, brothers and sisters who are behind the walls, stay up, stay positive, especially for those who are getting ready, let's say a year or less, getting ready to come home, to touch down, as we used to call it. Get ready to touch down wherever you live, wherever you stay. And, you know, when you first come home, that sometimes there's challenges as far as getting jobs, you know, with applications. Have you ever been or have you been convicted of a felony within the last X years or overall, right? So a way to circumvent that or to get around that is to create your own, as opposed to asking or begging someone for a job. Create one, right? In a space, transportation, where you can do that, right? Go look up resources in your area, like workforce development centers, organizations that will provide resources to you to help you. If you go on the CDL route to start driving a truck, that's fine. If you want to start your own business with some funding and dispatching or brokering, that's also fine. But the one thing you need to have is a plan, okay? You want to have a plan of what you're going to do. My job as an instructor is to tell you, if you are coming into our space, which is the transportation industry and logistics, we can give you direction how to navigate in that arena, you know, and you can potentially be your own boss in that space. Right now, all you have in there that's an asset to you is time. So you want to use your time to the best of your ability. You know, we all get 24 hours in a day, a third of which we're asleep, the other third we're working. So you have 8 hours, the remaining 8 hours to work on your craft or work on some ideas, maybe a business plan, maybe operating agreement, however you see fit. Maybe that time to meditate and actually think what you want to do. Now, I'm speaking directly to those who are coming home within a year or less, right? What you want to do when you come home, right? We're in the transportation industry. I am with the Exodus Logistics Learning Center. We can provide you with correspondence if you are interested in getting into the dispatching industry as your own boss, not working for someone, but as your own boss, as an entrepreneur, as well as in freight brokering, as your own boss, as an entrepreneur. We will provide you correspondence for free, right? Because we know you don't have income, you don't have resources, right? You were in a position and you were incarcerated. You don't have the ability to have resources. Even if you did, where you are, it's a little bit challenging to get all the resources as a person who's outside, who's not incarcerated can, right? So you have time on your side to really think about what you want to do. If you choose to come into logistics and transportation, just know that at least on our channel and in our program, the Exodus Logistics Learning Center will be here to give you an opportunity. Even when you come home, okay, look us up. And at first, I would have at least 1 or 2 correspond with you so I can know who you are. So when you do come home, you call us and look us up and say, hey, you were corresponding with me while I was in prison, either male or female, and I have some questions about your training, or I wanted to know which way, in your opinion, should we go, and then we'll have that conversation as well. Either way, because we believe in second chances. So, we falling down, right, is an accident. Staying down is a choice. Okay, so if you stay down, that's because you chose to stay down, right? You're at the lowest point right now in life to be incarcerated, to have your life under the control of others, right? But that's based off of a mistake that you may have made. Whether you feel that you were guilty of it or not, you are in that position right now. So when you come out of that position, what are you going to do? How are you going to be prepared? So if you come into this arena, this space, which is called transportation and logistics, the supply chain, you'll be in a good arena because it's not going anywhere. Transportation is not going anywhere. So if you choose, I wouldn't choose anything that you're going to have a challenge with, but choose something that's marketable, that you can branch out and find your way. So transportation, logistics, even if you start as I don't know if they have in the Department of Corrections, the different penal systems out here, the ability to study for your CDL, right? I know most people, they will get their CDLs, at least the written part, and then when they get out, they'll be able to practice the driving part and the pre-trip inspections and things like that to pass their driving exam. So that is an option to go over the road. You figure when you first come home, you may or may not have a lot of family that you can rely on and go to. So if you're over the road a lot, you get to see the country, you get to make money, and you get experience to decide if you want to be an owner-operator later. Because when you go over the road, you're going to first start off probably as a company driver, working for someone. Once you get your CDL and you're at a trucking school and you're learning how to drive, there's a lot of recruiters coming in trying to hire you, right? And you just decide which one you want to go with. You get a training with you for maybe 2 weeks to a month, and then they'll let you go on your own and start working for a company as a company driver, and you get paid so many cents per mile. As you gain experience and you learn the process of shipments, picking them up and delivering them safely and securely, you can generate your revenue, save up some income, and decide if you want to become your own owner-operator with your own operating authority, your own truck and trailer, and making your own money, as opposed to making money for a company and they're giving you pennies on the dollar. You can make your own money. Now, with that comes greater responsibility. Once you become an owner-operator, you control your own destiny, which you also control your own expenses and your overhead. Truck note, trailer note, insurance, tires, maintenance, all those things are involved. So you really need to consider that, okay? I'm just giving you the realistic side of it as well. I know trucking is okay, but it's also challenging for owner-operators, especially nowadays with the rates being the way they are, kind of down. At some point, they're going to come back, obviously, right? This can't stay down forever because the economy will crash without truck drivers. Okay, so, but again, speaking to you, ladies and gentlemen, who are incarcerated, who are behind those walls, we haven't forgot about you. We'll let you know the Exodus Logistics Learning Center. We love you guys. We miss you guys. We need you guys. We have very few leaders out here, right? I believe, honestly, that some of the best minds come through the penal system, right? Malcolm X, for example. There are some great minds who've come out of the dirt, who've come out of the lowest point of their lives, and then rose out from the ashes like a phoenix and became great men and great women. So you guys have the opportunity to do that as well. You just have to think about what you want to do and how you want to do it and when you want to do it. Once you decide to do something, and you're ready to do something, you reach that point in your life where you're tired of being tired, and you're saying, okay, everything that I've done up to this point has gotten me nowhere. What if I change my trajectory of my thought process and my philosophy of thinking? What result would I get? Well, obviously, you're going to get a different result than what you've been getting, right, from times past. So think about that as well. In the meantime, correspond with us. Write to us. The Exodus Logistics Learning Center, 3101 American Legion Road, Suite 21A, Chesapeake, Virginia, 23321. We will definitely correspond back with you. I got plenty of letters to prove it, okay? And we will send you starter materials to kind of get you acclimated and kind of pique your interest in logistics so that you can decide which way you want to go. Dispatching, freight brokering, trucking, intermodal, government contracts, warehouse distribution, or whatever else you want to do. So, salute you guys. We love you here at the Exodus Logistics Learning Center. And again, we have not forgotten about you, okay? You are part of this society. You may not believe so, but you are, okay? Talk to you later. Hope to hear from you soon.